The Adventures of King and Omari, piecing together Black history. In sunny Florida, where the palm trees sway, live two brothers, King and Omari, ready for the day. Mom! Mom! King burst into the kitchen while his mother was preparing snacks. We're ready to go, our bags are all packed. King was bubbling with excitement for the festival and to learn about Black history. Most of all, he couldn't wait to spend the day with his family. They arrived at the festival. What a sight to see. People were dancing and as happy as could be. To the story zone, Omari exclaimed. They were off to hear stories of heroes so brave. Through the crowds they made their way, ready to learn on this Juneteenth day. As the boys walked up, a story was being told about the one known as Moses, who freed slaves using an underground railroad. It was more like a secret path they used to escape. Harriet led many to freedom. That's part of what makes her great, King informed. Harriet Tubman was born in 1820. Her birth name was Araminta Ross. She later changed her first name to Harriet, like her mother. She received her last name, Tubman, from a former husband. Omari was confused. He'd never heard of slaves. Long ago, across the sea, Europeans came to Africa. Some Africans sold their own people to the Europeans for money, and some were stolen and taken far from home and friends. They were captured and bought to the USA, forced to work with no freedom, peace, or pay, Mom explained. Black History Month is to honor and remember the struggles and achievements of those who fought for better. On June 19, 1865, the slaves in Texas were set free. We celebrate Juneteenth as the end of slavery. Omari sighed. That doesn't sound nice, King agreed. That's why we remember Martin Luther King Jr. and his dream. He dreamed of peace and for people to unite. No matter their color, everyone should be treated right. Next, the storyteller told the story of a great man named Frederick Douglass, a freed slave with a plan. He met with President Lincoln to end slavery, and thanks to Frederick and others, Lincoln began to set slaves free. After Douglass's and President Lincoln's meeting, Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863, allowing slaves in the southern states to be free. The boys ventured around the festival. Next up was a movie. A film was played about Rosa Parks. She refused to give up her seat on the bus. Rosa wouldn't get up. It caused a big fuss. She was supposed to sit in the back, but she was tired that day. Her refusal started a boycott that helped many slaves. The Rosa Parks boycott was a peaceful protest where people stopped using the bus to stand up against unfair rules. After hours of learning, the boys were ready to play. To the playfield, the boys made their way. The boys screamed and shouted. With super soakers in hand, they ran about, invented by Lonnie Johnson, a man so clever, bringing joy to kids and fun forever. The festival was coming to an end, but before the boys left, they made a stop at the treat stand. They learned that George Crumb, a black man, created potato chips, a treat they couldn't wait to taste. Slavery and our history we must never forget, or the heroes who fought and gave their best. Regardless of color, we stand hand in hand and continue their good work across the land. The heart is what we judge today, not the color of the skin. No more hate, Mom explained. We have a hero in our family too, Mom explained. Her name is Ethel May White. She was a strong black queen. She faced many challenges, yet she never fell. Her life was a journey and she had many stories to tell. She lived through racial segregation. She saw the world change its ways. She got to witness unity, progress, and brighter, better days. Though you never met her, her spirit lives strong. In you, her legacy continues, a bond forever long. More African American heroes. Bessie Coleman. She was the first African American woman to become a pilot. Claudette Colvin. Before Rosa Parks, Claudette refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, to a white person. She was just 15 years old. Garrett Morgan. Mr. Morgan invented the traffic signal. Benjamin O. Davis Jr. He was the first African American general in the United States Air Force. Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler. Although there are no found pictures of her, she was the first African American female doctor in the United States. Mae C. Jemison. She flew into space as a mission specialist aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour, which was part of the STS-47 mission.